Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another video. It's yet another PSA video, but today I'm going to be going through some of the PSAs I think are overrated and explain to you all why I think these PSAs are overrated. By the way, there's no particular order in this list, so I'll just be talking about whatever PSAs I think are overrated in random order. But before we do that, let's quickly hear a word from my sponsor, and that is me. This is a membership to my YouTube channel. It's absolutely glamorous and cool and awesome stuff. It's the best YouTube channel membership that money can get you. What's really cool is they can support my YouTube channel for as little as $2 a month and get really cool things like shoutouts in my videos. It's worth it. Look, everybody wants to be cool. Doing it with a membership isn't just right, it's absolutely right. Also, whilst at it, please check out my merch store at zakarmerch.com because I got some cool things up there as well. Anyways, let's get straight into the video.
Suck.
She's got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, she takes me away to that special place. And if I stayed too long, I'd probably break down and cry. Oh, sweet child of mine.
Since 2000, speeding has killed a classroom of our children.
Oh,
Shame on you.
sweet love of mine.
You can never control the consequences if you speed.
Is there really anything to say about this PSA? But for some reason, some people actually like this PSA, which honestly baffles me because I think it's absolute arse. I've talked about this PSA time and time again, and that's because I think that everything you could have in a bad PSA is in this PSA. It's just also unrealistic from the situation itself to the effects in the PSA, and it's so fucking bad. Apparently not for Watch Mojo, because they think this shit's disturbing.
Suck.
Spots, rotten teeth, depression, anxiety attacks, personality changes, paranoia. Take speed, ecce or acid and you can develop any of them.
Let me get this out of the way. I don't think this PSA is bad, I just think the execution's a bit weak. I love the idea of seeing someone's drug addiction through a photo and seeing how they get worse and worse over time, but this PSA just amps it way too far where it becomes unrealistic. Most of it's good where you actually see the teen get worse and worse, but when it gets to that terrible liquefy job at the end, it sucks. It sucks. I find that unfortunate because I like most of the PSA, it's just the ending that ruins it. But hey, I might be the only one that finds the ending of this PSA funny because it just looks so stupid.
Suck.
Honestly, a pretty similar situation to the last PSA, but instead of it being the ending, I think that the message is a bit weak. Sure, a message about alcohol abuse is a serious thing, but this PSA having the message of how your children see you when you're drinking is a bit weak. It isn't the best because you don't even see the parents being really abusive at all, besides the one father putting their kid in with the seatbelt being a little bit aggressive. It just could have been much stronger. I've said it 1,000 times, but this PSA is a newbie's scariest PSA before they've even dived into the rabbit hole of PSAs to find the more scary PSAs. But if people really dived into the topic, you'd find many, many, many more scary PSAs.
Suck.
This is crack, rock cocaine. It isn't glamorous or cool or kid stuff. It's the most addictive kind of cocaine, and it can kill you. What's really bad is nobody knows how much it takes. So every time you use it, you risk dying. It isn't worth it. Look, everybody wants to be cool, but doing it with crack isn't just wrong. It could be dead wrong.
Well, it's convenient that I parodied this PSA for the sponsor segment, but some people like this PSA unintentionally. Especially Watch Mojo. But for real, I was surprised to find out that anyone finds this PSA effective or even scary? Yep, I don't get it, but apparently the fucking nerd's scared of this PSA.
And when Pee-wee is serious, it's scary.
And I don't think I need to mention that shitty YouTube channel that does top 10 lists again.
Suck.
This PSA is extremely dated, and I don't understand why people find this scary. But even with the PSA being effective, I don't think it's effective because it's such a weird and strange way to show how animals are being killed for fashion. I will say though that the music is by far the best thing in this PSA, and it does this PSA absolute favors. Not the sound effects, they suck. Last thing about this PSA is why does the text at the end of the PSA use the fucking Winkles font? Like, you might as well use Comic Sans at that point. And hey, maybe it's the shit quality of this PSA, but it fucking looks like it.
Suck.
Yeah, I've said before that I think this PSA is overrated, is I just don't find it as scary as other people do, but it's still a good PSA. Sure, the ending of this PSA with all the shoeboxes and stuff is disturbing, but I think other PSAs get even more disturbing than this, so I don't know. I don't have too much to say about this one. I just personally don't like it as much as other people do.
Suck.
Okay. Hi, you alright?
Mario.
What's up?
Hello.
Hi.
Come on, man, where's my fish fingers? No.
Coming to pick up the kids from school tomorrow.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yo, blood, that Ray Vest was big, I like.
Hey, no, it was serious.
Big one.
I bet you any money, Anton flopped the show.
He's an idiot, man. He's an idiot, man. He always does the
Doesn't
Ellison.
matter what the occasion, birthday, christenings, my man always finds a way
Hey, I'll
to
tell you
flop the show.
something though, it was a good thing you man never come because there was a big hype thing going about last night.
See, that's why I like having younger brothers and sisters. I stay indoors while the beef stays outside.
Some people either really like this PSA or they really hate this PSA, and honestly, I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. The message is very serious and it should be talked about because gun violence sometimes does go unspoken, but the way this PSA shows that is absolutely nuts. So as a metaphor for not speaking up about this kind of violence, they have their own mother just shoot their son in the back of their head. It honestly seems quite manipulative to the audience to try and get a reaction out of them out of this PSA.
Suck.
I'm the sous chef here. With any luck, I should be head chef by next year. I've got this amazing fiance, who I won't be marrying this weekend. Because I'm about to be in a terrible accident. But really, I should have cleaned up the grease over there, and they should never put the deep fryer so close.
Somebody help me!
Another PSA people find scary, but I find hilarious. I really feel this way towards all of WSIB's PSAs besides from window washer and electricity, as those two are actually solid PSAs. But this one seems to be the one that everyone loves out of WSIB's catalogue, and I really don't get it. Personally, the slip is really expected if you just listen to the PSA. Even the first time I watched this, it was expected, but the actual slip itself is so exaggerated. Like, it's to the point that this could be on fucking Adult Swim. Like, it's not just the pot falling on her, she fucking hits a pan that knocks something over and starts lighting shit on fire. It's ridiculous.
Suck.
Yeah, so this is a PSA from a company that has really good intentions, but I just think this PSA falls flat. It's just that all of the signs in the PSA are so exaggerated and just not realistic at all. For an example, like who the hell watches like gun videos and reads gun magazines at school? Don't get me wrong, people might do it at home, but to do it at school just seems so unrealistic. Also, that selfie with him and the gun like is so bad. Also, hey Mr. Boy! It's such a shit line, it's funny. Also, I love the stock gun sound effects, just the fucking it's so bad. I will say though, the whole idea of this PSA of showing signs of what someone might be going through to eventually do what they do is a really good idea. I like the idea a lot. It's just the PSA falls flat.
Suck.
I'm not gonna say shit because you've seen some of the PSAs and they speak for themselves. They suck. Not enough people even talk about their PSAs because they're so terribly bad. Like, they always try to pin video games and like TV violence on all of the world's issues, and that's just not true. Well, the worst example of this is them blaming a real life tragedy on video games. The obvious example is a mock where they blamed Columbine on video games. Like, the fuck is wrong with you?
Suck.
Is there anyone out there who still isn't clear about what doing drugs does? Okay, last time. This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
What's there to say? This PSA is extremely iconic, but I definitely think that it's overrated. The PSA itself is just so extremely vague to where it doesn't explain anything, and hey, that's what makes it iconic. But with like the Rachel Lee Cook PSA, they just go fucking nuts. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. Give it a like, comment down below your thoughts, and make sure to subscribe if you enjoy my content. Also remember to check out my merch at zacharmerch.com and check out my YouTube memberships. And speaking about those, let's get into the shoutouts. Quickly before I get into the shoutouts, you may know that my Patreon is back up and that link is in the description. Anyways, massive shout out to Ash Crimson for supporting my channel license tier, and a massive thanks to Fatima supporting my Big Boss tier. If you want to find out how you can get your name in my videos, make sure to click the little join button next to the subscribe button, or check out the Patreon down in the link in the description. Anyways, catch you all in the next one.